Alright, I'm joined in with our guest, Akinorus. They're currently streaming on Stream, so if you haven't seen them yet, please do check them out. They do have a Twitch channel as well. But yeah, we're just having a tea party. How are you doing, Namora? Hope you're doing well. I mean, I have you at 100%. If it's too loud, I can turn you down. Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. So I'm just gonna give you guys a disclaimer. I do have a cold, so if you hear me cough, if you hear me sneeze, if you hear me having a stuffed nose, which I have right now, it's because I have a cold. So if there are moments that I have to mute myself after I ask the question, then you know why. I've got peppermint tea, Namora. I have to drink peppermint tea. It will help me with my throat, apparently, as I was told. So, yeah. I don't know if the music is too loud. Is the music too loud, or is it okay in the background for you guys? Oh, you don't hear music? Ow! Ow! Hot. Yes, Nira. Tea is hot. While you're holding it on the main part. You can barely hear music. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that everything is okay. Let me just turn it up a little bit then. There we go. Is that better? That might be a little bit too loud. Yeah, it might be a little bit too loud. It should be just background noise, really, so... Yeah. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Ah! Getting things ready. Alright. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to my little cabin in the woods, apparently.
I love it. It's very cozy.
I had to ask Ashen to build it very quickly.
He did excellent work. I love the craftsmanship.
Just a little bit of wood here and there. What did you say, Namora? I hear lemon with ginger and honey is good for sickies. Well, I have peppermint tea, so... I don't know. What type of tea did I give you? Again?
What type of tea did you give me?
Yeah. Or you requested.
I have, some black English rose. So, black tea, little pinch of rose petal, and then I have some honey just mixed in.
And of course we've got some drinks for the chat as well. We've got eggnog, we've got hot chocolate with marshmallows, candy canes. So you guys are not left out. If I could bring the cats, I want to be in a cabin like this. I mean, you can.
I love the cabin aesthetic. Like, living near the mountains where I am, like, my dream vacation, but just to go up there for a weekend and just, like, watch snowfall for 3 days.
Oh my god. Usually around this time, I would curl up, look outside, and then just snuggle with all the heat around me. Rose petal or rose hip? Namor is asking.
Rose petal.
As long as someone else drive. I think it might be a little bit difficult since I fly over the mountains, Namura. I think it might be a little bit difficult to get to our cave, to my cave at least.
Oh yeah, no. These things make for excellent travel purpose.
I hate driving up mountains for so... I haven't tried it, and I don't want to try it.
If it's one of those things where if you're really not comfortable with it, it's better that, you know, use your wings or have someone else drive you.
Yeah, and don't drive in a snow blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only advice I can give is like don't fly or drive or walk in a snow blizzard.
And if you have to, be prepared and equipped.
Or make yourself a little igloo. I mean, you could if as long as you're on the base of the mountain and you face towards the mountain and you make a little igloo, you'll be safe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stuck in an Iron Maiden. I can't fly till I am free. What do you mean, until you're free? What's that supposed to mean?
Did you drop the keys outside the Maiden again?
Oh my god. Oh my goodness, don't tell me you were completely punctured in that Iron Maiden. Jeez. I remember when they pulled that out for the first time. Look at this! This is our new torture device! Oh my god.
State of the art, no less.
No, I got locked in by dumb humans. Mood. Mood! The amount of humans I can hear down the mountain. Jesus Christ.
Oof.
Yeah. The first thing they say, oh, we want to go down this trail. It's so nice. It's like, oh god, no. Go away. Right. Enough about me. What? Go for it. Go for it.
No, I was just gonna say, do they keep messing with like the go away signs?
Oh boy.
Keep ripping them down, trying to use them as sleds.
Oh my god. Something about they didn't want me to destroy the world or some other dumb thing. Oh, that's the reason why you're in a Iron Maiden. Okay. Got ya. Understood.
You're in timeout. I understand.
Or which other people would say horny jail, apparently.
Oh yeah, that technically is the horniest of jails.
Oh gosh. So was traveling here hard or was everything okay?
Oh, not at all. It took a moment just to find the place, but thankfully it's nice out, so I saw the smoke plume from the chimney.
Oh my god, Namora. Well, Spike or horny or whatever. Oh my god. Just that sentence alone can be taken out of context in so many ways. Oh my god. I think 10,000 years is a long enough time out. Probably add an additional 59,000 and you'll get there.
It's a lot of waiting.
Well, it will be 69,000, so...
Oh, yeah, good point, yeah. Just think, the centuries of acupuncture will be worth it.
Of course, as soon as I'm free, I'm still gonna burn everything. Well then.
See, that's the attitude that keeps you locked in there.
Pretty much. I wouldn't know if I was locked up for that long. Screw these dumb bee humans. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They're everywhere. These humans are everywhere. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they have a thing for repopulating. That's kind of their new trend or something.
I thought they wanted to stop because of certain things that is happening in their population. Like they
seem to not be able to make up their mind. But
I want kids, but I don't want kids, but I want kids, but I don't want kids.
I think the term they use is no pregnant, only breed.
Oh my god. How can I have ads already? It's not even been 30 minutes, Twitch. You suck.
Oh, Lord.
A 1 minute ad break, yeah. You haven't missed a lot, Nomura, don't worry. You haven't missed a lot. Don't worry, Nomura, I know how annoying ads are. I don't like implementing them, but apparently it is automatic anyway, so even if I turn it off, it will still appear on my streams, so... It's either one or the other, really.
The evil you know versus the evil you don't.
Well, do you have ads on VStream?
We do not, actually. Not yet. At least, I don't know if they plan to even implement them or not.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still very much in the early phases. So, I believe it was just about 2 months ago now, it opened up that anyone could start streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, you had to have an invite from one of the original kind of first wave of VTubers who helped out with the beta of it.
Oh, so it sounds like something similar to Blue Sky, where you needed to have an invitation and code.
At first it was, yes. But
Yeah.
like I said, it's completely open now. Like, if anyone wanted to just go and sign up and start streaming, you could do so in like a matter of an hour. Not even that.
So how is that gonna clash with, if you were to stream on Twitch and YouTube, how is that gonna clash with the TOS of each platform?
I mean, the only person who is the problem is Twitch, just because they're probably the ones with the most rules. But when it comes to VStream, like, they're totally fine with it. You can multi-stream wherever you want. You can implement your chats here and there. Like, they're probably the most chill streaming company that I've seen put something together for VTubers, because they want people to succeed. They don't want to, put those lines in the sand that say, no, like, you're with us now.
Yeah, Twitch... I'm sorry, I am an affiliate on Twitch, but I'm gonna say this, if any staff are watching. Make up your minds. You keep changing everything. Make up your minds, please. You're making it very confusing for us.
Yeah. Like, I've stopped using Twitch, like, since July this year. And because I've just put my foot down and said, no, I cannot take these double standards of, one day this is fine, the next this is that. Like, I work a full-time job as is. I am not here to figure out your company as well, too.
Yeah. But don't forget Twitch is run by Amazon now, so...
True, yeah.
So, God knows what the corporate is thinking.
Yeah.
Diddy Bezos PD is talking smack about your Twitch.
About my Twitch? Fine, do so. It's dead.
No, but honestly, Nomura, just hear me out. Just yesterday, my KDP account, which is supposed to be publishing books, was suspended because somebody in the US decided to claim 2 words together as copyright, which is Zodiac Dragons. So, they suspended my account because apparently I copied them, even though I didn't know it was copyrighted, because Amazon accepted it as it is. So how is it my fault if the Amazon is the one who accepted it? They should have done the research. So, yeah.
Ugh. I'm sorry that happened to you.
I got the account back and I've submitted a new copy, really. But here's the thing. I submitted a new copy. I was very compliant. I said, I'll delete it as soon as possible. I'll submit a new book in a new title and all these things, blah, 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 blah. And then they suspended my account, even though I was compliant. Explain that. And then I had to say, quote unquote, I declare, I accept copyright, TOS, blah, 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 and I have to write it in an email. And once they got an email, they reinstated my account. Not, I swear.
Just unnecessary rigmarole.
I mean, if I could get a publisher, then I don't have to worry about it. But it's hard to get a publisher nowadays.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine.
Oh, corporation, Jesus Christ. Amazon, you need to sort yourself out.
You know, I found myself in the position I'm in now just because I used to work for a large, like, Fortune 500 company.
Mm.
And it's just like, I realized the original, like, thing I had set out to do. Just like, no, I don't want to be another gear in the machine, so to speak. Plus, they also, like, downsized me after 6 months, but, you know, blessing in disguise and all that.
I mean, to be fair, I've started my business. I've started a very small business. Because obviously, here in the UK, they have a regulation here. Which is really stupid, but it is a regulation. If you earn anything over £1,000, British pounds, and you do not declare it, you can get fined and sued. But you will not get fined and sued if you are a business, because then you can declare it as a business. So I had to do that, so I don't get fined and sued by the government.
Just to do V-Stream.
But the sign up was not that bad, honestly. The sign up is not that bad. It's like less than £100 to sign up for an actual business here in the UK.
And is that indefinite, or do you have to, like, keep renewing that?
No, that's for definite. That's
okay.
I think
That's
a one time fee, but as long as you do declare your taxes and whatnot, so.
Right. Okay.
But in terms of, like, business, if I had, like, a large corporation like Amazon, not that I ever get to that business, because obviously I do handmade stuff, I do publishing books, I do handcraft stuff, like crochet turtles or making jewelry or whatnot. But let's say it was a large corporation. My initial thought process is the more people I pay a decent amount of money and give them enough benefits, the more I know they will be happy to work for me with the amount that I give them, so they can produce more. If you take the money away and you take the benefits away, people will get miserable. And they don't want to work for you, which means you will not get the income that you want. So, and that's unfortunately what a lot of businesses do. Is like, oh yeah, I cannot afford that, we're gonna cut our workers' fees and pays. No, don't do that. So.
Yeah. Excuse me. I can fully say that getting a job here in the US is very much that same song and dance, so you are not alone.
I mean, if I was able to pay, I don't know what the minimum wage is in the US, but let's say in the UK it's about £11, let's say. I would pay an employee £15 and £11, aka minimum wage, because I know for a fact they'll be happy with that amount of money, and I know it will benefit them in the long run, which means the more I invest in them, the more I know money will come back into the company that I can give back to them. So that's how it's supposed to work. But, men in suits, as they call them.
No, yeah.
That's the only way I'm gonna say it, men in suits. I just need to find enough sparks of my power that exist in living things to unlock the Iron Maiden jobs in the US. Isn't it different depending on which county you're in?
Yeah, so if you, at least for like the state I'm in, if you live near the major city, it's like the highest amount, and then the kind of the furthest you go out from that, it kind of goes down to like basically the federal minimum.
Okay.
And it's just based on the quote unquote cost of living, which, these days it's nothing really is enough for that.
Has it gone up for you guys as well? Living costs?
Oh God, yeah. Like
Okay.
it is such a like I have the aspirations of eventually owning my own home, and it's like, how the hell am I gonna do that now?
Mm.
But that to say, like, we're not in squalor either.
Mm.
It's just, rough times all around. But we're in it together. And that's the important part.
Yeah. Yeah. Me and Ashton actually decided, because we are actually being kicked out from our cave, so we have to find a new cave. But we actually initially said to ourselves, why don't we just buy a plot of land and start building a cave from there? Seems a bit more cheaper than buying already a pre-made house or a pre-made cave.
Potentially, yeah. It's
It seems a little bit more cheaper. I mean, here, if you want a 4 or 5 bedroom, you're already looking at £1,000,000 to buy.
yeah.
Like,
I don't know the exact configuration for the amount of that, but it sounds about the same here too. The only thing with like building your own den is, you have to go through all the rigmarole of getting the water to run to it, getting the electric, sewage, getting all the permits. So it may seem cheaper, but also it's just that like amount of time of labor that goes into it.
Yeah.
More than not, usually it's worth it, but you just gotta kind of figure out what's right for you.
Yeah. Got another ad.
And they are loving you with the ads today.
Yeah, well, I said there was 5-minute ads in each each hour, so. No, but you're right. There's a lot of like preparation in terms of like getting the water through, the electricity, the Wi-Fi. If people use Wi-Fi, the telephone. Oh my God, humans are so complicated. Fucking hell. Excuse my French.
Oh, yeah. You're perfectly fine.
Why does it have to be so complicated? It's not like venison, like deers that are running around in the forest. It's like, oh, by the way, you cannot use this forest buff. You have to pay taxes for it. What are they supposed to pay with? Antlers?
Yeah, each shed season you have to contribute a bit of your antlers to the horde.
Yeah, you're not allowed to pass through this cave. You have to pay with antlers a year. What? I'm an animal. I cannot think about that. No, we eat you. That's true. We eat you. Oh my God.
I haven't had good deer in a while. That actually sounds delicious right now.
I'm supposed to be hunting for the holidays, as they call it here. We usually have.
Are you doing anything particular?
Well, we're obviously gonna stay in the mountains in the cave and whatnot, and obviously we're still trying to prepare to like move out when we can. But hopefully we can have some cheese fondue, venison, and some itty bitty like potatoes and what's it called, pigs in blanket, as the humans call it. I thought it was actually pigs in a blanket. These humans are so weird. I thought it was actually a roasted pig in my blanket.
Oh, like the whole pig?
Yeah, the whole pig.
No, we
and
just
I'm like, oh my goodness, that's delicious. Like a pig in a blanket. Oh my goodness, like a massive pig. Why not? I didn't think of these little round things that they call sausages.
Those were my favorite growing up.
Oh my goodness.
I will be on my sales floor for the eve of the holiday at least, just because, last minute people needing wine. But I'm actually trying something new this year in that me and my partner are going to a human-ran holiday bingo.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it'll be just basically a couple hours of walking around with cocktails in hand and hoping to get like an extra present from under the tree of this hotel that we're going to.
My goodness. Are you actually completely prepared for it for that holidays, or you still need to do a lot of things before the holidays?
Essentially prepared. At least when it comes to work-wise, it's all like a ramp up at this point because
Mm-hmm.
we just had our Thanksgiving over here in America.
Mm-hmm.
So this in between time is like everyone kind of like settling in or traveling to where they need to go,
Mm-hmm.
and then basically that weekend before is when all hell breaks loose and everyone needs everything at the same time.
Oh, yes. The hordes of humans that I see coming into
I love it.
town.
I love it though, because you just hypnotize them with a smile and a couple beautiful words, and you're just handing out cases of wine left and right.
Oh, what did Moore say? Well, sometimes hot dog are also called wieners due to shape. Pigs in a blanket sounds better than wieners in a blanket or hot dogs in a blanket. True. They do sound better. Pigs in a blanket do sound better.
It's the fun kid name for it.
When you say wiener in a blanket, I'm not thinking of the dog. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking of the dog. The thing is, Namora, the reason why I'm saying that is because in Germany and in Switzerland they speak German, like German, and that means something else. It does mean
I can
something
only
else.
imagine what. And based on your reaction, I'm fairly certain I'd know what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There was literally somebody selling, like, hoodies for that particular reason.
Oh, of course.
I mean, how weird do these humans get? Like, what? What? It's like the underwear and pants not enough. You need to have something specific for that.
No, everything they wear must have some form of either joke or branding to it.
Oh my god. Oh no, that's awful. Oh my goodness. Oh, there is no
Speaking of
limit.
just-
There's no limit to how weird humans can get. Oh god, don't even get. Ugh.
Speaking of food, though, do you have like a favorite seasonal food? Not even like maybe for the holiday, just like for this colder time of the year.
For winter usually, like I said, I actually prefer eating venison and having fondue with bread. Like you dip the bread into the fondue. And then after that, having a glass of Bailey's with ice in it, and then enjoy chocolate fondue
Bailey's.
with
Lovely.
strawberries. That's the perfect evening food that I like to eat.
No, that sounds like an absolute delight.
Humans during peacetime can get super weird. I don't think we're gonna get any much peace this coming holidays. Not with certain things going on.
Oh yeah, just to be brief on that, are you doing good over there with all that?
It's quiet. It is quiet, but it all depends on what the humans are going to do.
Yeah.
They're unpredictable.
Yeah. Especially my regional group of humans.
Do you want to elaborate a little bit on that?
They find ways to bring international conflict into every little thing. So, for example, are you familiar with like the big parade we have during our Thanksgiving?
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've actually like watched one of them.
Fair. They they decided to interrupt it by gluing themselves to the street.
Okay.
And it's just this whole, like, look, I get it. You want to stand for a cause, and that's fine. Like, your voice should be heard.
Mm.
But at the same time, like, when you try to stake yourself out and try to speak up during an event that people are trying to, not necessarily forget, but kind of escape those troubles of the world,
Yeah.
like, you're not really doing yourself any favor. And you're just kind of, like, just to put it bluntly, you're making yourself an asshole.
That's a very good
Like,
description.
Yeah, no, there's a time and a place to speak up, absolutely. And, like, stand for what you believe in. But at the same time, like, don't shove it down people's throats.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be an asshole.
Is that going to be the new 2024 new Dragon Years t-shirt quote? Be who you are, but don't be an asshole. Yeah. No, you're absolutely correct. I mean, I get so confused with humans. I really do. Like, especially with all this and don't take this the wrong way, because this is really confusing to me. For me, I've studied some medical background. I have people that I know who works in the medical field for human anatomy and whatnot. And I've always learned there's female and male and biology. I'm not talking about personalities. I'm not talking about spirituality or anything. We're talking about just pure biology. There's male and female. And obviously there is the rare case of where a creature can be both, because it's a biological thing. It's a biological thing. It's implemented in their DNA. So when I see humans running around saying they're this, they're that, I'm like, I understand, but I still see you biologically as that. If you get what I mean.
Yeah. No, I am more than happy to respect you in the manner you wish to be respected in. But at the same time,
it's just confusing.
Actually, to bring in like another like kind of local example, a lot of our news over here often has some kind of story where like a biological male is presenting themselves as female and they involve themselves like in a sport of some kind.
Yeah.
And like one was like for swimming, and a lot of the women were just saying like, hey, we're not comfortable, because they may be saying that they're presenting themselves this way, but at the same time, like the locker room should be a safe and respected place for us, and it's very touchy. It is very touchy indeed.
Actually, talking about that, there is actually a restaurant I've seen in town where instead of having separate bathrooms and separate changing rooms, they've got this little room, like this little room, where they have a toilet, and you can lock the door. Like it's an actual room where you can lock the door.
I will fully say, like, humans as a society, they need to kind of go the opposite direction of like not make those boundaries, but accept the fact that you're human, and like obviously if you need a safe space, there's a lock on the door, obviously. But at the same time, like, you're human. You're just if it's that space, you're doing a biological function. Like there shouldn't be this like obscurity of like, oh, I'm males, I have to not be around the females, and females need to not be around the males. Now, obviously, if you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel comfortable, and you should be able to remove yourself from anything that is presenting. Yeah.
I just find it very interesting that they got these small cubicles that you have a door and you have a lock, and you can, whoever wants to go in that toilet, whoever wants to go change, there's no indication if you're male or female. Which is actually a really good idea, honestly.
Yeah. It's like you're in there to do some business. Go do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very I don't know. Like I said, humans are very confusing. Like all this genderization and the wars as they were calling it.
Mm-hmm.
As Doctor Who would say, you called that a war? Really? Like
I've only dabbled with a bit of Doctor Who, honestly.
Yeah, there was a moment where he's like saying, "You called this a war? This little thing?" I think it was Peter Capaldi, I believe, who said it. So, yeah.
Speaking of television of your culture, are you a fan of Taskmaster?
I've heard of it, but we do not have a
Okay.
television.
Ah, fair enough.
We
then.
don't have a television for many, many reasons.
It is my new favorite discovery when it comes to TV. It's all on YouTube if you did have any interest of looking into it.
Okay.
But I love it. It's hilarious. I love discovering the actors and comedians of your country. You have a very, very silly and funny bunch of humans there.
I just took a psych class about the mental, psychological gender versus biological psychology. I've been in a bigger war than you could ever know. I'm familiar with the clip at least. Yee. You know exactly which one I'm referring to no more. So, you said you've been streaming on VStream for since July, you said?
Correct, yes.
How's that been? Generally, how's that been?
It's been great. The community that is there, like all the VTubers that are there, they're wonderful. Like I found myself like hanging out in the Discord with them and making friends like within a day.
Okay.
When it comes to the actual like audience base, it is a little on the smaller side still, just because they are finding their legs. They are still technically in the beta, but there's a lot more to come.
Okay.
So like right now, currently what's in like an active beta that only certain people who have been actively helping the site grow. They're working on a social feed, which is basically their own little mini Twitter that they're gonna have on the site.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can upload your shorts or full videos, stream, post that you're doing this here, engage with your favorite VTubers there. It's definitely like a really fun undertaking that looks like they're formatting, and I'm excited to be a part of it, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to see it grow even more.
So a better I wouldn't say quote unquote better, but a more I have to say better because obviously that I could not find another word for it, but a better alternative to Twitch because of their TOS, basically.
Yeah.
In regards to VTubers.
Absolutely. It's like Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter all rolled in one. Or it will be when like everything is put together.
Okay. That sounds really good actually, because I have been thinking of like why hasn't YouTube and Twitch implemented this kind of tweeting system, or like, you know, posting these chat communication things with their viewers. I mean, YouTube has implemented it. There is a chat section where you can talk to your community. That's not like direct.
I mean, my honest guess is that it's just not where the money is. For like YouTube example, like their foundation is just, you know, videos, just uploaded videos. It never was streaming. So trying to stream on YouTube, you essentially need to have your audience base there already, because discoverability is nothing there. There's no section for like, oh, hey, who's streaming today? You have to really, you know the person who's streaming to like see like, oh, hey, they're live. Let me just go watch them real quick.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. I mean, I've uploaded like streams and whatnot on YouTube, obviously, and some of the viewers here know that I do like a reading from Crystal Lacey's book series.
Hmm.
and I've been uploading them on YouTube, and then I got a completely different community from that. I got a lot of people saying, "Hey, thank you so much for reading this book. I've been looking for it." And I'm like, oh, "Okay, all right.
I mean,
Glad
that
you enjoy
is.
it."
Yeah. I'll have to actually look into that because I'm curious now. But that is definitely just one of the key tenements of growing up a VTuber is just cast your net wide
Hmm.
because you never really know what your niche is going to be until you discover it.
Yeah. Oh, I want to voice act this, but I can't because I have a cold.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, I can't do that with my voice at the moment. It's the quote from Doctor Who.
The war one?
Yeah. It's when you fire that first shot, no matter how right you feel, you don't know who's going to die. that monologue.
Mm. Do you do, like, I know you said you read books, but, like, do you do also VAs of any kind as well?
VAs. The closest
Or
I would
VOs, I should
the closest I would say is the reading books,
say. Mm-hmm.
if that counts.
I ask because just your voice is pretty. Like, I could see you doing, like, small scripts here and there.
Uh, um, funny story. I graduated from a university for theater and film to
Mm-hmm.
pursue my passion, which was an actress.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up being a VTuber.
You know, life's funny that way. I mean, and essentially, like, that is.
It is
form of
acting.
Yeah.
It is a form of
There you
acting.
go. You made it. Congrats.
I made it in a different way.
I mean, hell, my college degree was for graphic design and fine arts, and look at me now.
Honestly, I didn't think I would do a lot of art, and I ended up getting a lot of commissions from here and there sometimes. So I'm like, okay, you guys like my art, I'll continue, I guess.
I'll have to, like, I'll have to review your art, because I've only seen tidbits of it, but I know it's nice.
Oh god. Can I hide? Can I hide
No,
behind my
no.
wing?
This is your tea party. Don't you dare hide from me.
Well, we're supposed to be talking about you, not about me.
Yeah,
It's
well, you're a talented
it's your tea
individual, and
party.
you're interesting. What, my tea party? No.
I'm just hosting it.
Yeah, and you brought me here, so I'm gonna tell you how much of a wonderful person I find you.
Oh my god. I cannot stand compliments, okay?
Fine. I'll
Remy
bite my tongue.
did it as well. He embarrassed me on his stream, and I said, "It's your stream." I said, "I don't care. I'm still gonna do it."
I have a bad habit of it, so I will tame myself for you.
Oh my goodness. So, what?
Mhm.
I know that you run your own tavern, right?
Yes, the Dragon's Glade.
Yeah.
It's-
So, what made you from being a tavern owner to making content online for these humans and other creatures?
So, to kind of go into like the nitty gritty, I myself as a dragon is what you call Ryujin, and it's a type of dragon who follows adventurers to basically gather their stories and write them down and bring them to like an elder dragon for them to, like, you know, learn about the world and kind of feed off it in a sense to keep their presence alive. So I'm a dragon of the winter circle of it. And what I decided was that after seeing like so many different adventures go the way they have, why not kind of do the reverse in a sense and like offer a place for people to come in and settle down, relax, and share their stories that way, and, you know, also share stories with them too. So the content that I host, be it a party or just like, a casual night, is just me sharing in that sense.
Okay. So something what we're doing right now.
Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what I live for.
And we got another ad break.
Okay. That was wonderful timing. This is what
That is a wonderful timing, yeah. Shockingly for Twitch, yeah. Oh my goodness. I hate it. I really hate this Twitch ads thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
We did just get a partnership over there on VStream too, so if you have enough followers, you can start actually earning money.
Oh, Nomura, this is my 4th ad break in an hour. What the heck, Twitch? Oh. Hey, at least they're a minute. At least they're a minute long. I think when I watched a friend of mine, Solveig, I believe it was, their advertisement was 3 minutes each.
Oh god.
Yeah, 3 minutes. That was 3 minutes.
Right
Yeah. So I'd rather run an advertisement like multiple times in an hour by 1 minute than run it for like 3 minutes, like 2 or 3 times in the stream. In an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Because at least in that in that 1 minute, at least you can like, oh, I need to go to the toilet, or oh, I'll just quickly grab a drink and whatnot, and then you're back.
Right.
But
yeah.
3 minutes is long. Like you're just staring at the screen. You're like, am I done yet? Is it done yet? No, it's not done yet. Okay.
And what's worse too is like there are some streams that, there's
5
like
minutes?
a consecutive like, oh god. Ugh.
Yeah.
But no, like there are some streams that they're presenting something like a long form story, and it's like, oh great, I just missed like a huge chunk of plot or something because of an ad.
Funny story though is when you watch the VOD, you don't get advertisements.
Which is great, thank Lord.
Yeah, but that's not fair towards the viewers that are here now, seeing it live, and then they have to go back to the VOD to look what they've missed.
Yeah.
That's not fair on to them. And I feel really bad for that, because even though my setup is like a minute which is I believe 5 minutes in total in the entire hour. Each hour is 5 minutes of advertisement. So Nomura is at the 4th minute basically. So there will be another one for another minute, some 5-10 minutes afterwards or something like that. I don't know how Twitch works that out. It's like, yeah, a minute is okay, but if you have to do like an advertisement for 3 to 5 minutes, like, my god, you'll be not interested of being there in the stream anymore.
Yeah.
It's like in the cinema, it's like in the cinema, like if you go to the cinema and you're like, oh, I see all this advertisement at the beginning, and then suddenly you get the same amount of advertisement that's 10 minutes long in the middle of the movie. You'll walk away.
It hurts because you actually tried and cater a good experience for people too, and just to like have that interrupted because you need to sell toothbrushes or whatever, like.
Studying and graduating from film and theater, learning in the film industry, your task as a filmmaker is to immerse your viewers into the story. Immerse your viewer into the world you're trying to portray and trying to tell the perspective of your protagonists and antagonists and side characters. What Twitch is doing is ruining that. So let's say we were having like a complete like D&D like roleplay and all these things. We get all our viewers interested and into the vibe and all these things, and you got BAM! Advertisement. You're being brought back into the reality.
That is exactly like the one thing I actually do come back to Twitch for, is to watch like one particular D&D podcast.
Yeah. It's interrupting my flow, man, and that sounds so iffy.
No, I mean,
it is true though.
That, yes, but
it's a good phrase. It interrupts my flow, man.
It's true.
could tell it ain't accurate. Oh. And this is why I keep telling everybody, I'm sorry you guys have to endure advertisements, because I don't appreciate them. I don't appreciate them at all.
Well,
So.
if you ever decide to escape them, I would be elated to see you over on VStream.
If I'm welcome there.
Trust me, open arms with you.
Because I think a few of my friends are there as well, so it's like, okay, am I debating? So,
I mean, if you want, like, we can always do something else together, and like that could be like your soft introduction to it. Because technically, you're there right now. Winks to the audience.
yeah, I'm lurking in your V stream at the moment. And you probably don't even make like $3 a month from ads. It's not even monetarily worth. See, the thing is, Nomura, and I'll tell this again. When I stream, it's not about money. For me, I don't care about money. Money is a greedy... Like, I'm sorry to say this. I'm really saying this now. Money is nothing more than bad luck. For me. For me, it's bad luck. Yes, you can survive with it. Yes, you can buy whatever you want with it. Yes, you can buy a house, you can rent a house, you can buy food, and all these things. But at the end of the day, it doesn't make you happy. You can have anything you want in the world with money, it doesn't make you happy. So when I do streaming, it's because I like to entertain you guys. It's like I want to connect with people. It's not because of the money.
It's a passion that drives you.
Yeah.
You know, I totally vibe with that. Absolutely. Because when I got into V streaming, like or VTubing, it wasn't a matter of like no, that's not fair to say. Because I did have the thought of like, okay, I could really try and push this hard and make a career of it, or I could just take my time and, you know, enjoy the journey of it, which I'm glad I did.
See, the thing is, for me, because I had a rough childhood, like really, really rough, I know some fraction of what people and humans and other creatures would go through when it comes to that kind of abuse, when it comes to like suffering, when it comes to like torture and whatnot. I can understand that. I will not completely understand the whole story. It could be completely different. It could be played completely different. But if I am here on Twitch, if in the future, maybe VStream, YouTube, whichever platform, and I can take at least 10 minutes of your time to give you a smile, that is more worth to me than all the money in the world. If I can make you smile, if I can make you laugh for just maybe even 10 minutes to make your day better, that's all that I want.
You know, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not a lot of people are like that, though.
Yeah. But they eventually kind of fall into their own pitfalls eventually.
Yeah, karma. And I love karma.
Yeah.
A lot of people say karma doesn't exist, but then,
Oh, no, it absolutely does.
I remember. This is a true story. My family member was quite abusive. Not physically, obviously, but abusive in terms of manipulation. And he would manipulate anybody. Like, he wouldn't manipulate his own siblings, he would manipulate his friends, he would manipulate his, like, family members that are nieces, nephews. This is even worse. Manipulating your nieces and nephews. Your next generation. Next thing I knew, because he was manipulating me, making me fight with my human parents. Next thing I knew, he was diagnosed with cancer. And that's after I left. No, he survived it, luckily, but it's a different sort of karma hitting him.
Well, the most important thing about all of that is that you're at least in a better place now.
Mm-hmm. Not that I wish him to have cancer, like, that's the worst thing you could do, but if that was the result of karma hitting him for what he has been doing, I cannot do anything about it. So. Hold on. Oh, it's like that old song, the more money I come across, the more problems I see. I don't know what they want from me. My thought was always, if I am doing this stuff anyways and enjoying it and could get paid too, that's just icing on the cake. I mean, if people want to donate, that's absolutely fine. As long as you can afford to. That's always what I say.
Give what you can.
Yeah. Only donate if you are in a good enough place that you will not get in trouble for yourself.
Yeah, charity is never a mandatory thing. It is something that is meant to come from a good place within yourself that you are willing to give that isn't going to harm you in some way.
Yeah. I mean, we're all struggling at the moment with what is happening around the world, so...
Oh, Lord, tell me about it.
So, I rather, even if you have $5 to spare, and that would give you some money for food for the next 2 days, keep it. Don't give it to me, don't give it to other streamers. Keep it for yourself to sustain yourself. Even if you want to. Don't put yourself in trouble. Don't make yourself hungry. I've been there. I've been there. Not in terms of spending money, but I've been there to the point where I needed to be very careful with money. So.
I have a small little story about that, actually.
Go ahead.
After I finished college, I was in between where I was going to be in life. And it was a matter of, moving back home to my parents' den, or, spreading wings and staking a claim, like putting a pin in the map, so to speak. And in between that time, I didn't have a job because the job I had at the time decided to leave me a bit earlier than planned. And it was just a matter of waiting until the initial moment. So I think it was like for a solid 2 weeks. Oh, for context, do you have like any like fast food pizza places over there?
Does Domino's count?
Let's use them as an example. Yes. So I essentially lived off 2 $5 like cheap pizzas like that for, oh god, I think it was like 2 weeks. Like I just like rationed them out, and I just had water just because I'm like, I have no money, I have no income. It is a matter of just saving the money I have to make this move happen.
Yeah.
Because I can fly where I need to go, but I can't carry all my stuff.
Yeah.
Gotta pay the movers. But yeah, no. Rough times are rough. But that's the important thing is you do what you gotta do to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's not an endorsement to just live off pizza for 2 weeks, mind you. That is just live within your means talk.
Talking about that as well, especially during COVID time, I got really confused by some people here in the UK. A lot of people couldn't work, obviously, because everybody had to close. We had a shutdown. Everything was locked down. You can only get the essentials and whatnot. The weirdest thing I thought, though, is even though a lot of people were limited in terms of money, because obviously you don't get the full pay, and you get the minimum wage and whatnot, whatever government is giving you. For some weird reasons, the UK, some of the citizens in the UK, these humans decided to buy toilet paper as an essential item.
Oh, you too, huh?
Yeah.
I had a night where I was out driving for 4 hours, going to every store I could just to find like a pack.
Oh my god.
Like I wasn't even like trying to like hoard it. I was just like I just need one thing of 12 rolls just to get me through for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and then you look on TikTok, and guess what? You see a stack of toilet paper where a cat or a dog is jumping over it.
Ah.
That's where all the toilet paper is gone.
During mid-COVID, did you have like what's a good way to phrase? Did you have any like revelry from your humans?
What do you
Like
mean?
doing like so okay, for an example. So one of the bars that I used to frequent before that time, they didn't close. They turned their front end into like a convenience store because businesses could still operate, but like you couldn't like serve food or have like guests in a space where like they were near each other.
Yeah.
They had the convenience store, but it was also a speakeasy. Like legit old world speakeasy where like if you knew the right person or you knew like the password, you could actually go into the bar and just like sit down and have a drink, when it was like, no, you are absolutely not allowed to do that.
I wouldn't know because I don't go out that often, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't say it's not possible here in the UK because they do have a lot of pubs here, which are like, for those who don't know what pubs are, it's just basically a bar where you can drink and you can also eat, kind of thing. So yeah, I wouldn't know on the top of my head if they did. But the only thing I do remember is this one young delivery driver decided to bring us our food during COVID time. Thank goodness that they still operated, and thank you guys so much for doing that during COVID time, though, by the way. He looked at me, and then I looked at him. He says, "Oh, you're not buying toilet paper today?" And I said, "No, we're okay with toilet paper." He said, "Oh, okay. Because the majority of the deliveries are toilet paper, and you've got canned food." I said, "Yeah, you need canned food for this kind of lockdown. Why, is nobody buying canned food?" "No, nobody's buying canned food. You're the only one in the delivery van who's buying canned food." I'm like, what? Nobody's buying canned food during a lockdown? That's concerning.
That raises so many questions.
They said they had like stock, like the whole entire aisles were full of canned food, but toilet papers were out, completely out.
Jeez.
So I'm like, okay, I'm preparing for lockdown. I have canned food. If something happens, at least we have food in the cupboard, to keep ourselves fed. But then they don't do that. They don't do that. I'm like, what are the humans thinking? How are they going to eat during lockdown if the shops close?
Maybe they regressed back to hunting.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? Yeah, can you imagine all the humans running around in our forests?
I want to say no, but at the same time, yes.
Look, the humans that we know now today walk around with their phones, so when they're watching TikTok and by the time they want to hunt a deer, the deer was already gone. He's miles away. I don't think they will be able to hunt anything with their TikTok videos and whatnot. Can you imagine a group of humans walking in the forest? They've got all the camping gear and all these things, but they've got their phone with them. And they are researching a video saying how to hunt deer. You can hear a man's voice. It's so loud, explaining how to hunt a deer. By the time these people try to hunt, the deers are all gone. That's not very helpful.
No.
Very inconvenient.
I'm actually learning to hunt in that method as a human through archery, actually.
Ooh, nice. How's that going for you?
It's slow. Like I just started dabbling with it, so I found a range that I like to go practice in.
Okay.
But you know, it's become like a side hobby for me, and it's like almost a form of meditation too. Which
Okay.
Is nice.
Well, that's easy. You can just watch the video before you leave the house.
Yes, I plan to watch the video before I leave the house.
Yeah, Nomura. There's some people who won't think like that, though. Unfortunately. As nice I'm saying, as nice as I'm saying this, some people tend to forget or don't think about it when they leave the house.
I know you said you don't get out too much yourself, but do you have any like outdoorsy kind of like hobbies or things like that that you like to do?
Oh boy. Well, I used to do a lot of horseback riding.
Really?
Yeah, I used to do a lot of horseback riding. I used to do a lot of bit of swimming. Just trying to think. And sometimes I would just go out and read a book or do art. Obviously during like springtime, obviously, and autumn, not summer. Like, too hot, too burning hot. Especially with my black wings.
Oh yeah.
I'm absorbing too much heat. Some people are dumb and irrational, you mean? I mean, you said it in the morning, not me. But yeah, no, I like spring and autumn because it seems to be like the best temperatures to going out.
Yes, absolutely.
So, mostly then I will be reading or take my art book and start like doing sketches outside. But I should be going back. I need to go back to horseback riding though. Horse riding.
You should. Absolutely. Personally, I'm more of an autumn person just because of all the festivals that take place around that time.
Mm-hmm. Halloween.
Like, well, not even just that, like local ones. So like growing up, I grew up on Long Island, which is on the eastern part of the country.
Okay.
And, you know, being on an island, we are around a lot of seafood. So one of the big ones is always the Oyster Festival.
Oh my goodness.
And it is just like, it is just yards and yards of just like cooks with all different seafoods and delicacies. The entire like main town just shuts down so people can come out and like sell their goods.
Salmon and eel.
Oh, eel, absolutely.
You love eel too.
I love eel.
Okay, so How to Train Your Dragon was wrong then.
Listen, they're not going to get everything right, of course. No.
They said dragons don't like eels.
No, any day.
I love
all
eels.
seafood.
One of the most expensive fish, and you're telling How to Train Your Dragon, like seriously, DreamWorks, you're telling us that the most expensive fish out there we don't like? Like, really?
No. We're the ones with the good taste.
No, obviously this is just for fun. DreamWorks, don't come after me, please. I love your work.
What, you trying to get a movie deal?
No, thank you. Actually, fun fact, I was actually offered a film script career in Hollywood.
Oh?
I declined it.
Anything in particular, or?
No, I declined it. So, I did a movie, and they loved the script and all these things, and then it was in the film festival. And then, obviously, I had to leave because, you know, film festival was on a day where I leave the country in Canada, because I studied in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
But before I left, they were like, hey, I saw the script, I saw the trailer for the movie that you've made, because obviously the original story was made by a classmate of mine. So I asked permission, can I expand it? Can I make it from a theater script, can I make it into a film script? And expand it a little bit more. And she gave me permission. She said, yeah, you can do that, and blah, 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 and make a movie out of it. I'm like, great, wonderful. I'll put the full credit on yours, all these things. So we did a movie and all these things, and obviously the guy approached me and he says, oh, I really like your film script. I really like how you did that, and it was so professional and whatnot, and we want to hire you for Hollywood and all these things. And the first thing I said is like, okay, you're offering me a job in Hollywood, but how can you verify yourself as an actual person from Hollywood hiring people? Like, I want verification. He gave me verification, and he showed me like the movies he worked for, and there were some of them were the big ones that we know, which is still like it's big but not very well known, if you know what I mean. Like, you know about them, but they're not like the massive big ones, like How to Train Your Dragon, like, oh, I know exactly which movie kind of thing.
Right, they were big for their time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they said, hey, I really want to hire you as a film script writer for the Hollywood. And I said, I obviously didn't ask for more information, like how much is the pay and all those things. The only thing I said was, yeah, thank you so much for the offer, but I'm not going to sell my soul to Hollywood. Thank you. Have a nice day. And I left, and I could feel the stare of disbelief on my back.
I mean, good for you. Good for, I guess not standing up for yourself, but just like good for you for standing firm for what you believe in.
I mean, if you've not heard, I mean, you are in the US, you've heard about the writer strikes.
Oh, absolutely.
So imagine me being part of that, and then being part of the writer strike. So it was actually a good choice that I didn't accept.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about, like, if you want to get like into fate and all that stuff, like, you can always fantasize of like, oh, what if I did take that job back then? What would your life be like now? But from what it looks like, you have it fairly nice for yourself, being, where you are now with your partner in your den, even though you have to switch dens soon.
Two little hatchlings, yes.
Oh, you have 2 little hatchlings?
Yes, I got 2 little hatchlings.
Ah, lovely. But yeah, no, like, who knows what life would have been, actually, so,
It's stressful. I know for a fact as a film scriptwriter, you'll be stressful because you have a deadline to meet.
Yeah, that's a given.
On top of that, obviously Hollywood not paying their script writers enough money. Even though I keep telling this to a lot of people who don't understand a lot in the film industry. If you don't have script writers, if you don't have the skeleton of the movie, you don't have a movie.
Mm.
So if you piss off the writers, you don't have a movie.
Very true. Absolutely true.
That's what I keep telling everybody. Says, hey, don't, like, for example, The Little Mermaid. Okay? Hear me out. A lot of people like The Little Mermaid. That's absolutely fine. They like the actresses and actors. That's absolutely fine. I don't mind. I don't care. You do, guys. You do you. I like the original. Okay? That's my opinion. I like the original Little Mermaid. From Disney. But don't piss on the movie if there are some mistakes, because it could be just the writer's fault. Or the writers did that, the producers accepted it, even though the writers could have done it differently, because there's a lot of conflict in terms of, like, writers and producers and directors all the time, like, literally all the time, where producer says, I want it this way, writers do it that way, the writer's way is better, but the producers is not, but the producer says, we're going to do it this way, and this way only, otherwise you'll get fired. So, it's not the actor's fault, it's not the camera crew, it's not the lighting crew, it all depends on those 3 people, directors, producers, and writers.
Yeah, and all the red tape that comes with it.
Yeah. That's the unfortunate part that people forget. Because I know a lot of people give hate to the actress, and she's not at fault, obviously. People give hate to actors It's not their fault. They're just doing their job. They're being paid of doing their job. So it's like
it's a job.
Yeah. So it's like you're going to a retail store, you're not happy with your product. Don't start yelling at the retail worker and the manager. They're not at fault. It's the HR that you have to go to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they didn't can the peas that you didn't like, so don't go yell at them.
Yeah, pretty much. It could be a factory fault. But you cannot yell at the machine though.
I mean, if you're crazy enough, you could just stand outside of the factory.
Start yelling at the factory machine. Oh my god, you're awful at your job. And it's like, I'm just doing my job. I'm a machine. Like, what do you want from me? Actually, with horseback riding, right, so I started very young.
Mm-hmm.
I did tournaments and whatnot. Not like gold medals or anything, but I did tournaments for like dressage. I did tournaments for jumping. It's a long time ago, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Then obviously I moved, and the people who had me there for lessons, they wanted to put me in tournaments as well because I was a really good rider. I was in tune with the horses. I pick up their personalities correctly, and I seemed to bond with strange horses rather quickly, which was apparently to their standards a talent, which I didn't know that was a talent, but okay, we'll just go with the flow with it. And then I said, yeah, I don't mind being part of the tournament and whatnot. And then they said, yeah, one little problem. I said, okay, what's the problem? I said, you need to own your own horse. Yeah, do I have like $75,000 in my pocket to buy a house, like a horse and a stable and hay and maintenance for this?
Wait. So they invited you to it,
Yeah.
but they also said, get your own horse.
Yeah, they didn't want to supply a random horse for the tournament.
That's like inviting someone over to your house for dinner and then telling them to cook the dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like, what? Really?
Yep. The thing is, with all the other tournaments that I've done, I basically used their horses for the tournaments when I was a bit younger. Because obviously they're trained to do that.
Right.
But when I went to this professional stables and whatnot to continue my lessons, because I wanted to continue lessons with horses and bond with them and train with them and whatnot, I have to buy my own horse if I wanted to compete.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like,
I mean, I would if you can give me the amount of money.
yeah, that's
Like, give me a loan and I will get a horse. If I win the tournament, then I'll give you the money for it.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is that something that you would actually want someday? Like, to have your own, maybe not like your own entire stable, but like to actually have a horse?
Yes. A Frisian. Male.
Oh, you down to the exact breed.
Yeah. But I wouldn't train him as a dressage animal, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I will be training him completely different. So I want a Frisian horse with a sassy attitude. What would if it cost to board the horse? Like, what if you bought the horse itself and boarded it at the stable? If I were to buy a horse, Nomura, and then I were to leave it at the stable consistently. This is the sad part of this. I have to pay for the stable per month, or in their case per week. I have to pay per week. Mm-hmm. But on top of that, I have to pay the hay that they have on the ranch. I have to pay their hay to be given to my horse. And pay their grain for my horse. That's the weird part. So I have to pay extra for the grain and hay that they already supplied on the ranch to give to my horse. On top of that, the amount of money per week for keeping my horse there.
And then there's probably like insurance on top of that
Yeah.
for like if something medically happens or
Yeah.
whatever.
I was looking at 5,000 a month.
Yeesh.
Yeah. Because
really
also, if I was not there to take care of the horse, then you need to have the stable people to be the stable help and stable care to take care of the horse. So, yeah, 5,000 a month. Ish. I was like, yeah, no, thank you. I mean, how do you get that much money in a month? Like, what?
Gotta win a lot of tournaments with that horse.
Oh my god, yeah. But I don't think... I know Frisians are used for dressage, but not for, like, jumping.
Mm-hmm.
So... And they wanted me to do, like, a jumping tournament, and I'm like, well, I need a different type of horse for that. Because even though I could jump with a Frisian, he will not have the speed, really. Well, he could have the speed, or she could have the speed, but you will have to train a natural dressage horse to go a little bit quicker. Which is a little bit weird.
Yeah, at this point, if you want everything based off tournament winnings, you're just gonna need a horse for your horse at this point.
Yeah. Because I don't think you've seen ever a Frisian running around a racetrack to it. Just running.
Not that I've seen.
No. Just marry Jeff Bezos. I might have a problem with Ashen about that.
I would prefer you marry the horse.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I would, but...
But at least the horse will treat you better.
Oh, give a lot of cuddles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What about me? You're a fae. You're different. You're different. You're not a horse. You're a fae.
Maybe she could turn Ashen into a horse for you, just so you can live out that dream for a day.
Oh, I don't have to. You can change into whatever you want.
Oh, that's gonna be.
Hey, that's my partner over there. Ashen is my partner. So that's why he's screaming, "What about me?" He just basically said, "Nay." Nay, a little bit.
So hard for
Yeah,
you.
he is. He is. He's trying so hard. Oh my goodness, Ashen.
Just wait a couple hours later, he's gonna have like his hair down in a mane for you.
Oh
and
my
everything.
god, no. You can be the pool boy. What? What?
We are just finding all the fantasies today, huh?
Apparently, even though this is supposed to be like a tea party. Takes down notes. Oh my god.
It's all in good fun.
Marry the Bezos for money and have Ashen the pool boy as a side chick. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my goodness. So, when you first started like streaming, did you have like different types of like content styles to figure out what you wanted to do as a content creator, or?
There was a period where I was trying to figure that out, yes. Like, I was thinking that I could possibly find a way to run, like, a D&D campaign, or just general TTRPG campaign as, like, my main content, and then doing stuff on the side.
Mm-hmm.
But I was finding the work-life balance to not be conducive of that, because I only have 2 days off a week.
Ooh,
So,
okay.
I'm very much a person where
I like time to myself.
Mhm.
I like being able to be like, no, I'm not doing anything today. I am going to sit on this couch or like sit out on my chair on the patio and just like let the world go by.
Mm.
And if I have to compact everything into all my free time just to make it happen, it's not worth it. Along with that, I was trying to do like a set schedule where it's like, okay, like you're in the grind now, buddy. Like, let's go. Let's stream these nights. Let's do these. Let's finish this. And it's like, this is getting to be like, no, it was becoming work. So now I'm at the point where it's like, I'm gonna do whatever I'm just feeling. If I want to involve myself with like a tabletop game, I will find a way to do it. But I'm not gonna like push to make that happen.
Yeah.
If it happens, it happens. And I honestly love that more because I get to experience all sorts of different content. Like I get to do this with you. If I had like had something planned that I do weekly, then I probably wouldn't have been able to schedule this with you.
Right, yeah.
And I find this to be a more valuable experience.
Yeah, 2 dragons under a roof, yes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like this is quality time.
Yes.
And I'm thoroughly enjoying it much more than I probably could anything else today.
Good. Glad to hear it. I was a bit nervous that you're like, this is so awkward.
No, I mean we've never really like interacted before.
No, we haven't.
Like, so it's just like, all right, let's just jump in the river together and see what happens. But like, no, this is good.
I thought for a moment when you said jump in the river, I was like, I am gonna drown.
I will pull you up.
Yeah, you probably pull my tail to get me up. Either grab my wing or grab my tail.
Whichever one you're not going to hit before doing so.
Oh my goodness. Ads are snooze for 5 minutes. Okay, good. Thank God. So you were talking a little bit about your content creation journey a little bit. Have you had any unexpected thing happen to you during that journey of yours? Like just came out of blue or
Nothing that I'm sure no one else has really experienced when it comes to VTubing. Like I've had like great collabs, I've had bad collabs. No, most of it is kind of just a self-discovery experience. Like for example, when I first started out, like I wanted to very much present myself in a certain way, I guess you could say. And I kind of regret that just a little bit because, for one, it didn't allow me to fully express myself just as I am. And if I'm not like just doing this for me, then why am I doing this?
yeah.
So, for example, lewd content. Like, I'm not trying to like present myself like as a lewd tuber and like that is like my bread and butter. But at the same time, I wish I was a little more open to involving myself with that, just to say like, oh yeah, I can have fun in that world of it too. And like I'm working on that and like, you know, being open to being in that playful atmosphere.
Yeah.
But like, you know, when the camera's on and I come back to what I do weekly, it's not exactly that.
Yeah.
And you know, just finding that balance in like what it is that I actually enjoy here and there.
No, fair. I mean, to be fair, I don't consider myself as a YouTuber. But there's been moments where people want to have like lewd things done, sort of thing, like in terms of art wise, nothing else further than that. And not to be fair, I was like very uncomfortable at first because obviously being with Ashen and me being demisexual. For those who don't know what demisexual is, it's basically me just being together with one person I feel emotionally connected to most of the time. So that will be Ashen, basically. So one person only, or, depending really. But for me, it's just Ashen. Then Remy comes along. Oh, don't even get me started with Remy. Nomura, don't even get me started with Remy. He's a YouTuber in general. But no, it was very awkward for me first because I said to Ashen, I said, there's a lot of people wanting to have like lewd content with me and all these things, and I don't feel comfortable with it. And he says, just go for it. And I'm like, what? You're happy? You're okay with that? He says, yeah, I'm okay with it as long as you're comfortable. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
Ashen and my partner are the same way because, like, part of me didn't want to do any of that just out of respect for my partner.
Yeah.
But, like, I have her support in doing so. And obviously, if I'm not, like, or rather, as long as I'm not taking it outside of that, like, okay, this is the territory, so to speak, then, it's for fun.
Yeah, as long as it's out of fun and not taken out of context.
Yeah. I will say, when it comes to the pieces that I have seen of you, there is one in particular where you absolutely looked stunning.
Which one was it? Which one?
I forget his name off the top of my head, but it's
Kynes?
You were in another. Yes, that one.
That was actually a collaboration work for both of us. Is actually. So.
See, I love it too.
Yeah.
It's a very like wholesome lewd, and I love that.
Yeah, I was comfortable with that. It's the same with Ashen and me as well. Even though it's lewd, it's still like wholesome. I don't know. I don't know if it's still on my profile or not. But yeah, I've posted that one a while ago. I wanted something that not something called dominating, but something in Ashen's sort of territory. Not in my territory, but something that's in his territory. And like a collaboration kind of thing. And then obviously we have Kynes doing that. And then Remy said, "Oh, can I have a lewd art with you?" And I'm like, "Oh boy, yeah, sure." As long as we could collaborate what we want to do on that one.
Well,
so
I will lay this out. If there's ever like an urge of like, oh, I want a new one from you, I will happily volunteer to be part of that.
I mean, like I said, I don't mind if people want to come to me and say, I want to lewd art with you. I'm absolutely okay with that. As long as you don't come around knocking on my door from like, hey, you're cheating on this person or you're cheating on that person. I'm like, no, it's just a collaboration art. That's all that it is.
Yeah, no, that's obvious. Yeah, it's art for the sake of art.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I did had somebody, I don't remember who it was actually, but somebody was like, hey, you're cheating on Ashen. It's like, no, it's just a collaboration art. Art is different than being in an actual relationship with somebody.
Who decided to make you the referee of that?
Yeah, pretty much. It's really hard for me to get lewd art as an Iron Maiden that's close and locked.
Draw like a little bikini on the outside of the box.
There's a few ways that I would think of, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
God, now I'm just like picturing like a whole comic of like there's just like a bikini on an Iron Maiden, the top falls off, and then like there's just like red marker stripes on the top for like blushes.
Or lipstick marks. People can't understand VTubing is just a form of acting. It is its own thing. Yeah, well, yeah, we've covered that subject before as well about it. That it is some sort of form of acting.
It's really whatever you want it to be, honestly. Because yes, you could go 100% with like acting as a performance with it and like putting yourself into a role. And a lot of people, they just see themselves like, this is my personification through the internet. And honestly, like I see VTubing in itself going in that direction where like not everybody is going to be a VTuber, so to speak. But like 5-10 years from now, I could totally picture everyone having some form of avatar, like in this sense of like this is how we just interact with each other now.
Yeah. Not gonna lie though, ever since I started VTubing, anybody who's calling my real life name is so weird to me. Anybody calling my human name, it's so weird to me.
For me, it's like the spaces of it. Like if I ever were to hear my VTuber name like at my work,
oh no,
I would probably just like drop dead, like
cringe. Hide. How did you find me? What?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness, I get that sometimes. Honestly, I have like a family member who knows that I stream on Twitch, and he's like, "Oh hi, I'm here." I'm like, "Oh shit." Oh
yeah.
shit.
I have not told a single family member, not because I'm not afraid of them like showing up in my chats. Just it's more so trying to explain it in a way that they understand.
Oh, I might have the best remedy then. It's up to you if you want to use it or not. When it comes to my parents, because my parents were here to visit. My human parents, by the way. Not to get anybody confused. My human parents came to visit today, and I said I have a business meeting. AKA with you. I said I have a business meeting, and I need to prepare at 7 o'clock, which is the UK time. And then before all of this, like, Twitch streaming and all these things, and I first started out, I said, "Oh yeah, I do have a job at Amazon." And my mom was like, "What kind of job is it?" I said, "Oh, I just work in the entertainment department."
You know what? Fair.
They didn't question it.
Yeah, no, that's legit.
I mean, it's true. We work in the entertainment department of which is Twitch, but under Amazon.
Someone in my chat said if I ever told my parents, I'd be sitting there for hours trying to explain it, and it's just like, at that point, you just gotta like throw your hands up and just say, "I'm a cartoon on the internet."
Yeah, but how does that work? Are you drawing yourself on the screen?
I have a fancy program that draws me in real time.
I mean, none of that is a lie. Not a single lie was told. I mean, yeah, exactly. My parents didn't question it, so I'm like, whew, they didn't know that I'm a VTuber.
That's how you know they love you, when they're like, okay, that's just something our daughter's doing. Just go with it.
I didn't mean to laugh, but they do kind of love me, but in a narcissistic way. That's the only thing I can say. So, trying to explain what VTubing is and what I'm doing, it will like, oh, I'm so disappointed because a spray bottle that's towards the chat. Good job, Ashen. You scared the crap out of me, but you sprayed yourself. Good job. Oh my goodness. You just redeemed the spray bottle, and usually I'm like on, what do you mean? What's going on?
How you all doing out there? You had some tea that you're enjoying as well? Mine went cold because we've been sitting here for 2 hours enjoying this, and you know, it's all good. She keeps looking at me, and it's like, can she hear what I say? Oh,
Yes, I can hear what you're saying. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I'm trying my best over here.
No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. No, Ashen was coming up to me. He said he has got swollen lips because of what he ate.
Wait, he got swollen
Lips.
lips as in nipples? Oh, lips. Lips. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes so much more sense.
Oh my goodness.
Is everything okay?
Well, he started eating some prawn crackers, which are obviously Thai. But I don't know what the ingredients are. So he came up to me. He says, "I got swollen lips," and I'm like, "Are you okay? Do you need rar?" He's like, I ask him, do you have an EpiPen? Do you have like, do you feel like you're going to an anaphylactic shock? Do you need the ambulance? He said, no, I'm fine. I'm okay. And I said, are you sure? He said, yeah, I can breathe. And I'm like, monitor that, please.
Do you want to wrap up so you can tend to him and watch him?
Honestly,
I certainly don't
at the moment he seems okay, but
Okay.
he will let me know if something happens.
Yeah,
So-
no, if anything happens, just like, raise the flag and say you gotta go. I totally understand.
Well, he did say that he had like a cracked lip, so I don't know if some of that ingredients went into his lip as well. And gave like a reaction to that. Because I know if you have spicy food and you have like a cracked lip or something, and they start swelling as well.
Mm-hmm.
It tasted nice though. Jesus Christ, Ashen. Just keep talking. Just like literally keep talking. Let me know you're okay. So. Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I honestly don't remember because my brain went numb trying to figure out how to entertain your chat without actually seeing what they're saying.
Nomura said, I heard Iron Man. Am I being talked about? I can't put my hands up. I'm playing a game. I think that was like Simon says. When you were talking, Simon says.
You get a pass. You're okay. I understand you were playing in spirit.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just heard it in the background. Simon says, and it's like, uh-oh. Is people waiting for people following that?
I hope, because so I learned my favorite like video bit to do from a conference I took as like a teenager when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was attending like a lecture conference of some sort, and part of it was just like a video of somebody who was like the head of the conference.
Okay.
And he was like, raise your hand if you ever, use this tool in this way or blah blah blah.
Okay.
And like people were like actually raising their hand, and he's like, great, now keep your hand raised if you understand that this is a video and I can't actually see you right now. And you just see the slow, like shameful lowering of hands.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of I think it was Jacksepticeye. He did a short. It's like, follow this finger, follow it, keep following it. Good! You're a little bitch. It's like, oh my god, Jack, why? It was funny, but oh my god, I was expecting that. Oh my goodness.
Speaking of creator stuff, do you make other like short form things other than streaming? Like, do you do like the YouTube shorts and all that?
Yes, I've done little skits. Which are available on TikTok and as well as YouTube. So yeah. But I should be returning on doing them soon, because what I basically did was some of the skits that I've done are like little bits and pieces of movies, basically. So I alterated a little bit on like the text of it, obviously, and whatnot, but obviously keep giving like the right copyright to the actual creators, obviously. But yeah, in terms of that, yeah, I do those kind of shorts or just like random images in like a edited form, really. I put myself in introduce yourself on your Discord. You can see my Iron Maiden now. Oh, I will have a look later, if that's okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I will have a look.
I personally want to start like doing a little bit more of that as well. Like, to be honest with you, this is actually the first time I'm using this model like on a stream. Like, it's not even debuted yet.
Oh my goodness, I feel honored.
Well, it's also not done. And I'm a wee bit stubborn in that, like, no, it's not done. I can't use it just yet. I must still be PNG. But no, like, I have, like, used it here and there in, like, a video or two. And it's like, I just want to start using it. I want to make stuff. I want to do skits with my little goblin, like, sidekick and whatnot.
So what part of it is not done? Is it your wings or is it your like
Yeah, so like
expressions?
the wings are there, but they're not like rigged to move in any way. Like you could see, like they're just like
Yeah.
flat image. Um, my jacket will be removable, so
Okay.
it'll just be like my underside there. I'll be able to fold my arms up, and then I have 3 expressions. Yes,
Okay.
but other
So
than that, like I'm pretty much alive here.
like expressions like this.
I wish I went for the eye change actually, because that was something. But no, like they're more like just like full on like facial expressions. Like I think there's I think oh god, it's been so long I don't even remember what I got. I know there's like a disappointed face, just like a shocked, and then I think just like a kind of like a general like jubilated kind of face.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think for mine, I got like little tears. I'm sad.
Aw.
Just little subtle things.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, in terms of my model, there's a lot of like updates happening as well. But it's been quiet about my artist at the moment, so
I mean,
we're just waiting.
yours is gorgeous. Like I have been like for half of this stream,
Mm-hmm.
I have been fixated on like the metal bits of your outfit and just like seeing like how that sheen moves, and it's like, oh, that's so clean.
Yeah, I really love my artist, but she's been very very occupied and quiet, so she's very anxious. She's an anxious person. So, yeah, she did all of that. But my previous model was more like a chibi, like young girl-ish, and I was like, yeah, it's amazing, but I look more like a girl, and I'm not a girl. I'm a woman. Can somebody draw me like a woman, please?
It's so interesting to see how many like female VTubers go through that phase of like they essentially grow up into like a woman model at some point.
Well, it's supposed to be a woman model in the beginning, but the previous artist didn't do it that way, and I was really upset as well because I asked him to do like the back part of like the previous model, obviously, like drawing the actual swords, because obviously you can see that I have actually swords. So if I move, I don't know if I can actually show. So you can actually see the handles and whatnot of my swords. But the previous artist only drew the handles. They didn't actually drew the blades. And I said, why haven't you drawn the blades? Like, what if I want to use the blades for like a future kind of like pulling them out of my scabbard and whatnot? It says, oh, it's in the back. They won't see it. There's no need for me to draw it.
Right, but the request is to have them.
Yeah. And apparently the model also had holes in my eyes, so you had like the white sclera.
Oh.
As they call it, the white in people's eyes, obviously. There were holes in it. They have a PNG with a hole in it on both sides, and it's like, why? Why haven't you not? Why didn't you not draw the whole entire thing properly? So yeah, a little bit in there.
There's always going to be those bumps in the roads. I like with mine, like I love my artists, don't get me wrong, but they are a very busy person, and it's been a long process to get to where we are with like my model so far.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, I hate deadlines. Whenever I hire an artist for anything, I do my best to like make sure like there is no deadline for this. I want you to enjoy the creative process because that's how I'm going to get the best work out of you.
Yeah. But if certain things need to be done, they have to be done.
Right, exactly.
Like, because I'm thinking I'm going through a four-part phase with my model at the moment. So the first part will be an update on my wings and an update on my tail. And I think, yeah, those were the two. That was the first phase, is the update on my wings and the update on my tail. The second phase was more expressions on my face.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one was more like movement in terms of like different hand movements, basically. That's the third phase. And then the fourth phase is my phoenix. So I'm literally on a
phoenix.
Yeah, I'm on they're on the table right, like sitting on the table right now on my end.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a 4 phase kind of thing. So we're literally at phase 1 at the moment. So yeah, I'm quite excited.
I have a goblin myself that he's like the musician of the Dragon's Glade. So he acts for like the alerts.
Okay.
So whenever like someone so VStream doesn't have an API just yet, so we don't have like alerts for things like that. But back when I was on Twitch, when people would follow, he would like come up and like play a little ditty like, "Oh, hey, new follower," and all that.
That's adorable. So how did you get a goblin pet? Or companion?
Well, he was hired from the Minions Reformation Alliance.
Okay.
He was originally from, like, in actuality, he was from a D&D campaign that I was doing.
Oh, okay.
That like, I was like, you know what? I love this little bean too much. Like, we're keeping him around.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
When you have a favorite companion, you're like, I don't want to get rid of them.
Yeah, no. Like, he needs to live on past whatever this was.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I thought that was not a message on my chat. So what are your future long-term goals and aspirations in the community? What are your goals?
I haven't really set any for myself, just because I'm still trying to, like, you know, move with the goals that I have in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So like with VStream, I'm trying to hit 100 followers to hit level 1.
Okay.
Because everything over there it's not like affiliate or partner. It goes by levels.
Okay.
So X number of followers and X number of like viewership time gets you this level.
Okay.
And with that, like at level 3 is when you can earn your partnership and all that good stuff. I think I forget exactly the full laid out thing, but it's just taking those like small steps of growth and just seeing where they kind of go.
Mm-hmm.
As for like this is like the further down the road kind of point, I would like to see myself in some form of like D&D and or TTRPG campaign, be it the GM or player.
Okay.
And like be in one that's more, not like, I don't want to say higher production, because I don't want to like rag on anyone else's game.
Yeah.
But something that's like professionally done with like, you know, we get into the character the whole session. We are presenting a show. It's not just like, hey, come watch my, you know, weekly game with these chuckleheads over here.
Yeah, I completely understand. Yeah. Yeah. There must be a lot of like preparation for that one, though. A lot of preparation.
Yes, but I space it out. Like there are weekends where if I'm not like streaming anything particular, I'll just take the time to like, you know, build an overlay for an idea I may or may not do, or just kind of play around with something until it's like, okay, yeah, like this could pan out to be something. It's always it's a matter of just being active with the hobby and just kind of keeping it going.
Yeah.
Because eventually it will either evolve into something, or maybe it's just something you can use later down the line.
Akinorus is deciding to head out for the night, so we're gonna reschedule the tea party, obviously, with him, if everything works again, in terms of technical difficulties. On the 7th this month, guys, I will be having a tea party with Ashen, who's in the chat right now. So, hi, Ashen. Luckily, you have not nommed Akinorus. But yeah, guys, if you guys do enjoy these kind of tea parties, just let me know on Twitter, let me know on Discord if you guys enjoy this, and then I'll continue hosting these kind of tea parties in the future. Yeah, so I've been streaming for 2 hours, and honestly, I'm still trying to get over this cold, so I might call it for tonight. And if you haven't followed Akinorus on VStream, please do. I know they have like a Twitch channel, but they're going to be streaming more on VStream, so if you haven't followed them there, please do. And I'll see you guys on the next stream, which is on the 7th with Ashen. So yeah, have a good night, everybody. If I don't see you in the next stream, happy holidays, and yeah, I'll see you in the next stream. Love you all. Bye bye.